Hello friends, this video on chemical coordination and integration part 6 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Let us now talk about the human endocrine system. Okay, so when we talk about the human endocrine system, what are we going to cover in this topic? We are going to cover all the endocrine glands because all the endocrine glands, they produce some specific hormones and each of those hormones have a specific role in the human body. So that is what we will see in this topic of human endocrine system. So once we cover all the endocrine glands and the hormones produced by them, then we will talk about the mechanism, how hormone works, how hormone actually reaches their target cell and how they act as chemical messenger. So we'll see that portion later. So this human endocrine system, the entire package of all the endocrine glands which are present in the human body, they all together help to maintain the chemical coordination in human beings. So all the endocrine glands and the hormone producing tissues together form the endocrine system. So as I said, while I was defining what are hormones, hormones are definitely, they are produced by the endocrine glands, but it is not that other than endocrine glands nobody else can produce hormones, because hormones are nothing but chemical substances. So there are other tissues also in the body which can produce hormones. So those tissues also fall under the endocrine system. So these hormones are secreted into the blood and then the hormones are carried by the blood to the specific organs of the body. Okay, so now let us try to see that what constitutes the endocrine system. I mean, what all different glands together, glands and the hormone producing tissues. So what all are included in the human endocrine system. Now, different endocrine glands together constitute the endocrine system. So, some of the important ones are hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, islet of Langerhans of pancreas, ovaries, and testes. So these are the important endocrine glands. Now please remember that not all of them are endocrine glands. For example, if you talk about pancreas, or if you talk about the ovary, or if you talk about the testes, they are all different organs of the body. For example, ovaries and testes, they are the main reproductive organs of the human body. Similarly, if you talk about pancreas, pancreas is a gland which is not specifically an endocrine gland. Some part of the pancreas is exocrine, some part of the pancreas is endocrine. So what I'm trying to say is, since the name is endocrine system, some people think that endocrine system should only consist of the endocrine glands, but it is not like that. Endocrine system consists of all those things which produce hormones, because hormones help to maintain the chemical coordination of the body. So now mostly endocrine glands produce hormones. That is why most of the things in this list, they are endocrine glands, but other hormone producing tissues of the body also fall under the human endocrine system. So now what is our agenda? That we will take each of these glands one by one and then we will see the function, structure and every detail about each gland. So let us talk about hypothalamus, the first endocrine gland. Now, I'm sure that this name is not new to you, because while we were discussing about the central nervous system, we talked about the brain, and in brain we spoke about hypothalamus being a part of the forebrain. So now we will talk about it in more detail. So where is it located? It is located at the base of the forebrain. If you remember this red colored structure which you see here, this one, yes. So this is hypothalamus. Now why is it called hypothalamus? Because this is located just below the thalamus. So thalamus, hypothalamus, they were all located towards the base of the forebrain. It is a link between the nervous system and the endocrine system, because it is a part of the nervous system. At the same time, it is a part of the endocrine system. So that is how it is linked between nervous and endocrine system. Now another important thing. Now as I said, that nervous system and endocrine system are two ways of handling the control and coordination of the body. But it is very important that the nervous system and the endocrine system are in sync with each other. Now they both should also be in synchronization with each other. For example, if all the cells inside our body are growing, so our nervous system should be aware of the fact, our brain should be aware of the fact that all the cells of the body are growing, right? Because brain prepares the master plan for the body. So it directs each and every cell what they have to do, each and every part of the body, what action needs to be taken. So this link between nervous and endocrine system is provided by the hypothalamus. So it is the only common point between nervous system and the endocrine system. Now, what is the function of hypothalamus? It controls the hormone synthesis and secretion from pituitary glands. Now, you will see something very interesting here. Now, this hypothalamus controls the secretion from pituitary gland, and pituitary gland is the master gland. So why master gland? Because pituitary gland is going to control the secretion from all other endocrine glands of the body. So this is the master gland because it will control all other glands of the body. So that means you can understand how important hypothalamus is, because hypothalamus is controlling the master gland, which is going to control all other glands of the body. So that means we can say that hypothalamus controls the synthesis and secretion of hormones from all other glands of the body. So let us look at some of the hormones which the hypothalamus produce. Now, two types of hormones are released from the hypothalamus. One set of hormones are called the releasing hormones, and the other set of hormones are the inhibiting hormones. Now, let us see what are releasing hormones. These are those hormones which stimulate or which activate the secretion of pituitary hormones. That means when these hormones are secreted from the hypothalamus, they tell the pituitary that, okay, you also start secreting your hormones. So it actually activates the pituitary gland to secrete its hormones. Now here in this picture, let me tell you, the red one is the hypothalamus and the green one is the pituitary. So the hypothalamus and pituitary are quite close to each other, and that is how the hypothalamus is able to control the pituitary better. So the releasing hormones from hypothalamus will tell pituitary that, okay, start synthesizing hormones, start releasing or start secreting your hormones. So one example of a releasing hormone is the GnRH, or the gonadotropin releasing hormone. Now what does it do? It stimulates the synthesis and release of hormones called gonadotropins. So gonadotropins are the hormones which are released from pituitary. So gonadotropin releasing hormone is that hormone which is released from hypothalamus, and it encourages pituitary to release the gonadotropin hormone. Right? Now similarly, there are many releasing hormones which are secreted by the hypothalamus, and each of those hormones will actually activate the pituitary to release a specific hormone. So it is as simple as that. Clear? Okay. The next set of hormones are the inhibiting hormone. Inhibit means to stop something. So these hormones are going to inhibit the secretion of pituitary hormones. So when any of the inhibiting hormone is released, it tells pituitary that stop secreting any further hormone. So actually, when the pituitary has to start secreting hormones and when pituitary has to stop secreting her hormones, that is controlled by hypothalamus by releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. Now an example of inhibiting hormone is somatostatin. So this is an inhibiting hormone. What does it do? It inhibits the release of growth hormone from pituitary. So this will inhibit the release of growth hormone from pituitary. So what does it mean? Growth hormone means the hormone which helps the cells to grow, which causes growth. Now when pituitary releases growth hormone, that means all the cells of the body will grow, so the person will grow as such. So growth will take place. Now pituitary cannot keep on releasing growth hormone throughout the lifetime of a person. You would have seen it for yourself that we all grow only up to a certain age. Our height does not keep on increasing throughout our lifetime. It happens only up to a certain age. After that, the growth hormones do not get secreted that much. Right? So how does the pituitary knows? Now pituitary gland is the one which secretes the growth hormone. Now who will tell pituitary when to stop secreting any more growth hormone. So that is controlled by the hypothalamus. And that is, how is that controlled by hypothalamus? Because these glands cannot talk to each other. So the hypothalamus cannot tell pituitary that, okay boss, now you stop secreting any further growth hormone. So how will it convey that message? So it will convey that message by secreting somatostatin. Now as soon as somatostatin is released, pituitary gland will get an indication that it is time to stop secreting growth hormone. So this is how the growth hormone will be inhibited from secretion from the pituitary gland. And this is the purpose of hypothalamus, that it actually controls the secretion of hormones from the pituitary gland. And how does it control that? With the help of the releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. Now here I have just taken one example of each releasing hormone and inhibiting hormone, but there are many releasing hormones and many inhibiting hormones. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.